Middle East, where a surprise bombardment of Israeli airstrikes has plunged Gaza back into a nightmare. The Hamas-run Gaza Health Ministry says more than 400 people were killed in the strikes, with hundreds more wounded. Hamas warned that Israel is breaching the ceasefire agreement and jeopardizing the fate of the remaining Israeli hostages. Israel says the move has been made in coordination with the White House and is placing the blame squarely on Hamas.
Hamas has rejected two concrete mediation proposals presented by the U.S. presidential envoy, Mr. Steve Witkoff, and other mediators. Israel agreed to these mediation proposals. Hamas has rejected all of the proposals. All of the proposals.
And joining us now with more is Ambassador James Jeffery, a former ambassador to Turkey and Iraq. He is also the chair of the Middle East program at the Wilson Center. Mr. Ambassador, great to be with you today. Israel is threatening to ramp up these strikes against Hamas unless they resume what they call genuine talks, which involves freeing the remaining hostages. What more can you tell us?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me on. These talks are usually, because it's the most dramatic thing and it's a very important thing, framed about the hostage releases. And the Israelis have to, of course, let many more people out of terrorists out of jail in return. But the main thing that's holding up a final end to the fighting is the day after what happens to Gaza. Hamas and Israel, ever since the major peace proposal was laid out in May, and President Biden went to the press on it on the 31st of May, required the two sides to agree on essentially a Gaza after the fighting. From Israeli eyes, understandably, that means a Gaza without Hamas playing any military or governance role. Hamas is not interested in this, and therefore, the fighting is going to have to go on because you have to resolve this underlying thing. For the Israeli government, and he's been criticized for this, Bibi Netanyahu, ending Hamas's threat to Israel is more important than getting the remaining hostages back. It's simply a reality.
Yeah, tell us more, sir, about who was targeted, what was targeted exactly in these strikes as well.
Well, they are targeting both Hamas leaders, weapons, possible storage sites, possible headquarters, and some infrastructure that Hamas is using. Tragically, and we've seen this, of course, ever since October of 2023, you launch attacks, no matter how hard you try to avoid it, in a highly built-up area, highly congested area like Gaza. There are going to be civilian casualties, and we're seeing that now.
Where do we go from here? What do you think comes next in all of this? Well,
we have seen this in our fighting against the Islamic State, Daesh, from 2014 on. They've been stripped of all their territory, but they're still roaming around desert areas of Iraq and Syria. Terrorist movements do not easily give up. We're facing this now in our U.S. strikes, of course, against the Houthis in Yemen that President Trump ordered 3 days ago. These strikes may limit the ability of these forces to attack either us, the international shipping, or in the case of Gaza, Israel. But it's very hard to compel these people to essentially surrender or to stop posing the threat to the international community that they currently do.
Mr. Ambassador, thank you so much for your time today and for your insights. Appreciate it.
Thank you.